It's the 5th anniversary of Evo in India, and we are celebrating with the car that introduced India to sports cars. Not just the first generation R8, but Audi India's entire sports car lineup. R8 V10 Plus and a day at the BIC. Days don't really get any better than this, except this is Evo India and it's either go big or go home. So here we don't just have the R8 V10 Plus, we've got Audi India's entire sports car range, and we have Mr. Audi sports car.
Don't publish that. That's not for public viewing.
Much has been said about the R8 V10 Plus, the fastest Audi ever built. And for all its heroic lap times and cornering forces, the experience is still headlined by the engine sitting midships. The V10, it is spectacular, getting it shrieking above 6, 7, 8,000 RPM. The primal scream behind your head when the history of the IC engine is penned by somebody wheezing around in an autonomous, shared electric car. This V10, surely the last of its kind, will star in the greatest hits. At the other end of the spectrum, we have the V6 engined S5 Sportback and its big brother, the new RS5 Coupe that has just been downsized. The Audi S5. Now this is the least powerful of all the cars here, but turns out it's also the most playful. It's got a V6 motor, 3 litre, makes 350 horsepower. It's a light, easy, delicate car. It's not something you would actually say of Audis in the past, delicacy, but this is an easy car to drive. It's a happy, eager little puppy. It doesn't scare you, it doesn't have too much power, but it has enough to put a big smile on your face. Unlike its big brother, the RS5, man, now that's got a heck of a lot of power, as Aditya is experiencing right now.
It's a bit weird when we stand on the outside and look at this muscle car. You really don't expect it to go around the corner the way it does because of the size and its weight and all, but when you see me later going around the corner, it just turns in and it turns. The other thing is it looks so mean. It's very attractive. I mean, it's pretty and mean at the same time, if you know what I mean. Power delivery in this thing is almost instant. Put your foot on the gas and it's there. There's barely any lag. All these things put a smile on my face.
Say hello to the big twin-turbo V8s, the RS6 Avant and the RS7 Performance. Audis have got mad power, these RS cars, and they've got mad amounts of grip. The Quattro drivetrain, you floor it and it just hammers out of corners. It's a beast. This is the RS7 Performance, so it's got 50 more horsepower than the RS6 Avant, so it's got 596 bhp, 50 more Newton meters. It can actually overtake the RS6 on the main straight. but we're not racing, we're being responsible. But it's such a quick car, strong on the brakes, and mad amount of grip when you accelerate out of corners. The RS6 and the RS7 are basically the same. Because this is the performance, it gets a little bit more power. But otherwise the chassis, the motor, the powertrain, the gearbox, everything is the same. So somehow the RS6 is a little more desirable. An estate that can do these crazy things is just unbelievable.
I'm currently in the Audi RS6 and it's one of my favorite cars. When you look at the car from the outside, it's a bit unassuming and it really doesn't look like something you'd expect to perform. But it's like this crazy German car. I don't know what the Germans were thinking when they said, let's build this R6 Avant. Just to put things in perspective, this car's got about 550 horsepower and it's extremely fast from 0 to 100. Extremely fast. If I had to pick between the two cars, sorry RS7, but I'm gonna pick RS6 any day.
Aditya, the R8 LMS. Now technically this is the second generation of the R8, but this is the car that's actually got that emotional connect.
Because even when we did the first sportscar experience in 2012, we had just a fleet of 12 R8s. And actually for me it was one of the first supercars that I've ever driven. So I have an emotional connect with it personally. Aspirated breed of engines is dying now, and it's one of the few cars you can get that's still pure and raw in terms of the engine.
A naturally aspirated V10, it really makes the hair stand on your head.
It does, and you can't stop seeing this. It keeps going. Yeah.
So this car is the last of its kind in the country. And I think we finished with the entire day of driving. Yeah. So what better way to send it off than to finish the tires.
It has to.